Let's call the August 14th meeting of the Leitchfield Planning Commission to order here at Leitchfield City Hall. April, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Commissioner Whitmore?
Here.
Commissioner Mudd?
Here.
Chairman Buckles?
Here?
Vice Chair Clemens?
Here.
Commissioner Bocock?
Here.
Commissioner Hack?
Here.
All right, thank you. All present and accounted for. Also should note the zoning administrator, Tyler Harrell, is here. Heather from the planning staff is here, and our counsel, Dave Vickery, is here as well. You have attached to the agenda the minutes from the July 10 meeting. If you've had a chance to review those, or take a chance to review those, and pending any changes or recommendations, I'll accept a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Mark, I'll make a motion to take the minutes as read.
Tim Bocock makes a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
Wes Whitmore with the second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. All right, next on the agenda, we'll save any visitors for either inside the public hearing or following our public hearings. This is a public hearing inside a public meeting, and hearings are only for the purposes of receiving evidence and taking testimony from the public. No action is taken inside the public hearing. Sign in if you have not already. There's a sign-up sheet for each side of the issue that we are adjudicating, and a reminder that if you think you might have information to include as testimony during the hearing, you must sign in. The hearing is a judicial process that includes actual sworn testimony. We will begin by accepting testimony from the applicant, followed by anyone in support of the application. Then we will hear from anyone in opposition to the application. Following any opposition, the applicant may offer rebuttal to opposing testimony. All your comments and testimony are to be directed to the commission and the chair. Do not address anyone else in the room other than the commissioners, planning staff, or council. Your time for testimony may be limited based upon the number of people present to testify. Once all testimony is heard, the public hearing will be closed and public comment will no longer be accepted unless as the result of a direct question from the commission. Most often, the commission takes action the same day as a hearing, but under the provisions provided by KRS 100, we may delay action on a request depending upon the volume of evidence to consider. Do I have a motion to recess the public meeting and open the public hearing? Kendall makes a motion to open the public hearing. Do I have a second?
Second.
Wes Whitmore with the second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, the public hearing for RZ 23-120. April, would you read the abstract here at 5:03?
RZ 23-120, owner Deidre Davis, applicant same Deidre Davis, location 201 Mill Street, Leitchfield, Kentucky 42754. Request change current zone B1 neighborhood business to C1 highway commercial.
Heather, could I have the sign-in sheets, please? Thank you. Okay. All right. Dave, you want to swear anybody in who's going to, please raise your right hand if you intend to testify in either public hearing, please.
I assume Ms. Davis is here, isn't she? You want to testify, you want to tell them about what you would like to have done, I assume, don't you? Would you raise your right hand? Do you, I swear, acknowledge that the evidence testimony that you give today will be true and correct to the best of your knowledge? You need to come up here then, where you can be heard.
Yeah. And Ms. Davis, you can let the application speak for itself. You can address the commission. You can tell us what you have planned. Again, you can do either of those things.
Sure, just the application speak for itself.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Anyone else here that is for this application? Is there anyone here who's opposed to this application? Okay. Hearing none, I will accept a motion to close the public hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to close the public hearing.
George makes a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second it.
Wes with the second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Public hearing closed at 5:10. All right, Commission, you have the packets in front of you. Let me explain to you where we go from here. Before any amendment is granted to the map, the Commission must find that the map amendment is in agreement with the adopted comprehensive plan, or in the absence of such finding, that one or more of the following apply, and that's that the existing zoning classification given to the property is inappropriate, and that the proposed zoning to the property is inappropriate, and the classification is appropriate, or that there have been major changes of an economic, physical, or social nature in the area involved which were not anticipated at the adopted comprehensive plan and which have substantially altered the basic character of the area. Tyler, first. Where is Tyler?
I don't know, but I'll speak for him if you want me to.
Yeah, we're looking for a staff recommendation.
His recommendation is that you grant the application. It appears that the B1 Neighborhood Business District, and I've looked at it, it does appear that that is, although the comprehensive, it's not what the comprehensive plan allows or classifies, but the comprehensive plan is incorrect at this point in time because of the nature of the businesses and the nature of what's being used in the community in the area.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Questions, discussion among the commission?
My opinion on it is that corridor is changing fast. And it's doing it because of the South Main is nothing else to develop, and it's one of the higher traffic. 259 and 62 both are the major commercial development streets in town, and I think that's what we're going to see more and more of on any of this type of thing. I think we're going to see more of it. And it's really the only place commercial can expand, or that's where they're going to.
That, and we just rezoned it a few blocks back, a couple
you're
months
looking
ago.
at, Save-A-Lot
For
down the
Save-A-Lot,
street.
yeah.
You got Walgreens right across the street. I mean, that's, I think in 10 years, that'll all be commercial through there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a recommendation.
Okay, barring any other discussion, I will entertain motions when someone is ready to make one.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we rezone the property on 201 Mill Street, RZ-23-120, from B1 Neighborhood Business to C1 Highway Commercial, because there's been a major change of economic of the nature of that zoning. If I can meet with a second.
George Hack makes the motion.
Second.
April Bowman with the second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you all. All right, this recommendation does go to the Leitchfield City Council. They will take that up at their next scheduled meeting, and we thank you for your time. Okay, do I have a motion to open public hearing on RZ 23-121?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Kendall makes a motion to open the public hearing. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Tim Bocock with the second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, this is the public hearing for RZ 23-121 at 5:09 PM. April, would you please read the abstract?
RZ-23-121, owner Eula Lucas Estate, applicant is Lara Winchell, executor. Location 161 Hanging Rock Road, Litchfield, Kentucky 42754. The request to change current zone I-2 heavy industrial to R2 single family medium density.
Okay, anybody here intending to speak for or against this application? All right, Dave, would you swear them in, please?
Would you, do you swear or affirm that the evidence or testimony you're about to present is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay, would you come up here?
Are you Lara? Yes. All right, thank you for your time. You can let the application speak for itself, or you can give us any additional information that you'd like for us to have in the public hearing.
Just some background on it. Ralph and you are my grandparents, and they both passed last year. He passed in June, she passed in November. In that time, we really didn't know a lot of things that we needed to do to get stuff from his name to her name. That being said, That being said, we didn't realize that the house was in an industrial zone. No, it's always been a residence. We had an auction, we saw this house before it went to auction. We are separating a piece of this property to keep for our family, and the other, what the house is on, is being sold to another lady that we are in a contract with. But we have been told in order to separate this property that it needs to be rezoned. So that's why we are looking to do this.
Okay. Is that all you have for us? All right, thank you very much. Is there anyone else here who wants to speak for this application? Is there anyone who wants to speak in opposition to the application? Absent either of those, I will accept a motion to close the public hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Tim Bocock makes a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Missy Mudd with the second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, public hearing closed at 5:11. Tyler, do you have a staff recommendation on this for the commission?
Yes, and looking at this property, the deed specifies that this property is only 1.5 acres, and that does not meet the minimum requirements for an industrial zone. Therefore, it was zoned improper at the beginning, and I feel like it should be approved to rezone this property for residential purposes.
Okay. All right, discussion among the commission. Questions from the commission, discussion?
I have a question for Dave. Since Ms. Winchell doesn't have the deed in her name, but since she's acting as executor of the estate.
It's actually in her name by virtue of the will being probated. That, the will transfers property as she may not realize that, but it does.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank
It
you.
transfers property, so it's, she's the proper one to execute it.
Absolutely.
She's done everything correctly.
Yes, sir.
In the mid to late 90s, when we did the initial comprehensive plan map, the future land use map, the zoning map, some broad brushes were used in areas that, were generalizations. And so the broad brush was just used, and it went to the intersection of Hanging Rock Road, and it just went across, and all that got colored in as industrial, and there's never been any reason for it to have been reviewed until now. So that's how we got to where we are, but obviously it's up to you all whether you want to approve or reject the application. So continue any discussion that you might have.
So I agree totally with Tyler's assessment of it, because the size doesn't even allow it to be in that zone, correct?
That is correct.
And the setbacks and the buffers, that you wouldn't have anything left even if you tried to sell it or develop it as heavy industrial.
Right.
That's true. So I agree with you totally.
Any more discussion? Questions? Okay, I'll entertain a motion one way or another whenever you all get ready.
I'll make a motion to approve the zone change based on the existing zoning classification, given that the property was inappropriate, proposed zoning is appropriate.
Kendall Clemens with the motion to approve. Anyone else with
I'll
a
second.
Tim Bocock with a second. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion is approved according to the Leitchfield Planning Commission. Our recommendation goes to the Leitchfield City Council, and they will review it at their next regularly scheduled meeting. Thank you all for your time. Okay, we're back in our regular meeting after we close the public hearing, so we have some, do we have any old and unfinished business? Tyler, has that new business been resolved for the evening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, just for those that might be viewing on YouTube or on various channels, we are having a working session following our regular meeting tonight that will not be made available online because it will be a discussion among community leaders and department heads about our comprehensive plans, goals, and objectives, which are available online at litchfield.gov. So anyway, that process is going to take place following our meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
George with a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Wes Whitmore with a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.